What are your thoughts to the whole Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes saga with this whole offsides thing? We all know Tony was offsides. I think they know Tony was offsides, but why are they bitching and moaning about it when they already seen the video and they know that he was offsides?
I mean, he was offsides. I think a lot of receivers are offsides a lot of times during the game. My thing is, why didn't the ref just stop the play? You didn't have to continue to play because it should have been a dead ball. Automatically, he's offsides. That's just like if a guy lines up in the neutral zone on defense, as soon as the ball is snapped, they would throw the flag and then stop the play most of the time. It's kind of crazy. I think they're just venting their feelings, and they're saying it because the referees this year haven't been on the right page at all for not just the Chiefs game. The referee this year sucks this year. Just all around the NFL for the games, the way the games have been, as you see, critical games come down to a referee making a call. I feel like sometimes the refs got money on the game.
A bunch of Tim Donahues across the league.
It's not even being funny, and not to take a jab at my former teammate when I played with the Cowboys, Nate Jones. He's the referee out there in the NFL, and he played cornerback, defensive back in the NFL for a while, like 6 years, I think. I question him when he throws the flag sometimes out there, like, come on, bro, that wasn't pass interference. You know what I mean? It was contact, or they miss a call. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're human like everybody else, but it's like when a defensive player missed a tackle or offensive player missed a tackle, get called out, referees should be able to get called out too.
So I want to ask about the roughing the passer because you were a defensive lineman. Chris Jones last year with the Chiefs got one of the worst ones called against him, but a lot of other really bad ones. What are your thoughts of that and just the rule changes that have really benefited the offense?
I mean, to be honest with you, the rules is just... That's why I play defense, because offense is for pussies. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when you look at that shit, you know what I mean? The offensive guys always get all the fame and glory, but very seldom the defensive guys don't get the love. Myles Garrett should be the MVP. It doesn't always have to be an offensive player. It could be a defensive player. I think Chris Jones is a heck of a defensive tackle. Him and Jeffrey Simmons of the Tennessee Titans are two of the top. And also Justin Madubuike, Baltimore Ravens. I trained him when he came out for the draft. So leading all guys with sacks, interior guys with double-digit sacks. So, I mean, ends up for a big payday, too. Contract year.
So I want to go back to earlier career with the Bengals. You got coached by Marvin Lewis, and also a lot of interesting personalities between Chad Ochocinco and many others. So what was your experience like with the Bengals?
A great experience. I can't tell you, there's a lot of different stories with Marvin, Chad, TJ, who's your mama,
who's your mama?
Who's your mama? I just talked to him yesterday. That's one of my best friends, but also he's the godfather to my oldest daughter. Chad always thought he was open. TJ always thought he was the best route runner, which he ran good route. You had Carson Palmer at quarterback. You had Reggie Kelly at tight end. You had Rudy Johnson and Chris Perry at running backs and Kenny Watson. You had future Hall of Fame Willie Anderson at right tackle. You had Andrew Whitworth. You had Stacey Andrews, Super Bowl champion with the Giants. Big Bobby Williams. That offensive side was a good team. I mean, and we had Chris Henry, slim. Like, throw the ball to anybody, and they were open. We was going to score. We knew one thing, playing defense. I knew number 9, Carson, 85 and 84, you couldn't lose. Then we also had Kevin Walters.
First of all, I know Chad, and when Chad was at the top of his game, there was not many guys better than him. It's a funny story. I met Chad. I was in Miami. I was down there interviewing. I was supposed to interview Dwayne Wade. He was busy, but I interviewed Cuba Gooding Jr. He was doing that whole O.J. Simpson TV show, and it was fantastic. I was on the boardwalk, and Chad was running on the boardwalk. He went to get a drink of water, and he sat down, and one of my friends that came on the trip with me, he sits there, and I said, "That's Chad Johnson." He's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "I'm telling you, it's Chad Johnson. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to have a conversation with him." I just sit. It's like, "I'm actually in media. I just want to say what's up. You're Chad, right?" He says, "Well, who wants to know?" And he starts cracking jokes, being who he is, his personality.
Even when the show you see him with Shannon, that's him. That's like Chad. I used to fuck with him all the time when he come in the locker room. People don't understand the McDonald's. That is like really true. Early in the morning, he's going to have McDonald's and slippers, and he sucked his thumb. Nobody brings up about him sucking his thumb, but Chad used to suck his thumb all the time. Like, I'm like, bro, you're a girl man sucking your thumb.
You should have bought him a pacifier.
I mean, hey, I used to give him hell all the time, though, but he was always a great teammate. Like, people don't understand, he always worked hard and always wanted the ball. Like, he was a different dude, different breed. Yeah, prima donna, but he feel like he could carry the team on his shoulders. You know, he even think he could play quarterback sometimes. You see, he got to kick the ball one